action.
Hey Becca, I'm going to show you how to make one of my favorite egg dishes, and certainly one of my children's and Aunt Kelly's favorite dishes. It's called egg in the basket. You may have heard of it. What we do is we butter a piece of bread and we fry that bread, and then we fry the egg on top of that bread, and then we flip it over and we let the egg gel as much as we like, and then we have outrageous deliciousness. So what do you need? You need butter, bread, egg, all right? And the first part is the easiest part. I've pre-softened this butter. I stuck it on the fireplace for a little bit because, you know, the problem with a lot of bread, especially when you buy bread in the store, is it comes apart if you try to put butter on it. Like, I think the mark of good bread is that it doesn't do that. But this is store-bought bread, and we're going to just put too much butter on it, really. The other thing that I did before we started was I got my pan. I started getting my pan warm. Now, I use a cast iron pan. You have to just find the pan that, whatever pan you use, just remember to put it on so that it doesn't get real hot, because the butter will burn before the thing is done. And so the trick to egg in the basket is to always make sure that you're afraid it's not cooking. You know, just have it low enough, like to fry an egg, but not really hot. Like if you use a regular pan in your kitchen, you're better off doing what I do with this cast iron pan, is you start it getting warm first, but have it on very, very low so that it's piping hot by the time you're ready. All right? And so step number 2, we're gonna cut a hole in this. All right, we're gonna cut this hole, and this is where we're gonna drop the egg. Now, what's interesting about this is we're still gonna fry this piece of bread and eat it, but this piece of bread is going to kind of show us where we are frying wise. All right, so we're gonna set that aside. And now, this pan should be hot enough. I'm gonna take some spray and make sure you know that the pan is hot enough if it smokes. See, that's smoking pretty well. So we know it's a pan. So this is step 1. We drop the bread in here, right? And we'll drop this little bread in over here. And we're gonna crack the egg. I hope I don't break this egg because that would suck. And we're gonna drop the yolk in that middle part that we made, right? So you see how the yolk is in the middle part. And then as carefully as we dare, we're gonna pull the whites out so that it covers this bread. So we want to be very careful not to break the yolk if we can help it. But if we pull away this goopy part that's going to be the white, it's not only going to cook better, but then we have this nice fried, double fried bread. So just drag it out there, pull it as gently as you dare. All right. There we go. All right. And that's going to be it for a couple minutes. Now you're just going to let this cook, and you're going to wait until there's almost like a little skin on top of the egg. Once you've pulled this all away, you can add your seasonings. I like adobo. I'm a huge fan of adobo, but most people use salt, and salt is fine. So be just gentle, generous with that. And then there's pepper over here. I'm going to throw a little pepper on it because I like a lot of pepper. Now the hope is that this is going to fry, and what's going to happen is some of this white stuff is going to start to turn, some of this clear stuff is going to start to turn white. And that's kind of when you know it's ready to flip. Right? Just keep dragging it out there. You know, and that's how you know it's hot enough. The other thing that you can keep checking, if you like, is this little piece of bread over here. So what this bread is going to tell us, if I can get a piece, is how burnt it is on the other side, right? How crispy or whatever. So take a little look here. I'm going to use my fingers because, all right, it's not super burned, right? So we're going to put that down. We're going to let that get nice and crispy, because the crispier, the better. I'm going to move this here more into the middle. And then we're just going to let it sit